Hello gamers and geeks, and welcome to another D&D session. This one's a little later in the day than we normally have it, but yeah, we're playing Twisted Tales of the Spire. We're on episode number 28, I believe.
It is, yes.
Fantastico. Would the players like to introduce themselves?
Hello. Oh,
mate.
never mind.
Everyone,
Go for it, mate.
Do you want to roll?
Then,
do you want to roll a d6 to see who goes first?
I'll leave it up to Quill. Sorry.
All right then. I am Pietro Gearson, an oil-based plasmoid creation bard, clockwork sorcerer, currently hovering close to death and currently at the mercy of a vampire.
Can we head back to Amherstburg and see if Charlie's about?
Fair enough.
I am playing Robin Everything. Also at the mercy of said vampire and going through an identity crisis.
Mm-hmm. And finally,
Hello.
a vampire, but not the vampire they're talking about.
I'm playing Yvette Le Bluefleur. Kind of the reason why we're all in this mess. But yeah, things have been going better lately.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I think so.
Can't really remember where we left off, to be honest.
Okay, so Robin, our resident note taker, what happened last time we played?
So, we left after we had dumped all of the bodies and the castle. After we'd killed all the castle and long rested, there were two vampires that came into the winery. I think that's the right word.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the winery. They knew where we were due to Robin trying to take a peek at what they were doing, but we hid, so it was fine, and we didn't get TPK'd.
Yeah, they didn't find you.
Yeah. Then we went to get the cures. We went to get some scrolls from a local shop to cure Yvette and Pietro of their respective curses.
Yes.
Robin added to the next generation using the shopkeeper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Ian.
And when the party discovered that, yeah, how Kruthiks breed is not exactly pleasant.
it's not.
They
we decided.
I wouldn't call that sex, honestly.
It's not.
That's
not. It's completely not.
It's not. It's implanting. That's the best word to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we decided to go to the control room with the data, not file, or data core. That's it.
The data
core we had.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
See what's on it.
So
yeah, and
so didn't we go to somewhere before at that point to purge the Rickshaws' influence?
That's why you went.
The shop
that's
where
why
we
you went
bought
to
the.
Yeah, you bought some remove curse scrolls from that shop.
Yeah.
And then you.
And then after we bought it, Robin
infected the shopkeeper. Yep.
And then we went to the control room. But as we were just about to head in, we got apprehended and abducted and taken into the control room for questioning by our favourite Gith Yankee vampire,
Vrossaath. Yes.
Vrossaath. I can't say that. Vrossaath. Yeah. We tried to find
I've put his name. I've put the way that his name is spelt in the D&D campaigns. Vros Aath.
And as far as I remember, we did make a valiant effort to try and fight.
No, yeah, I was getting to that. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, sorry. We tried to fight him. We failed.
Yeah.
Quite badly.
He's
and
a very, very, very old and well-trained vampire.
Yeah. Then we submitted and decided to just give him the data core just out of just want to live.
Uh-huh.
And
it's a sign of
the
failure.
data core showed the Kruthiks killing all the Githyanki and the original people on board, which caused Robin to question everything in his life.
Because he'd always been told that the ship was
we were the good guys.
The
I
ship
got
was yours.
super.
Yes. You got what?
I got Helldived. And then that's where we put a pin at. We long rested, then we pinned it.
Yeah.
I don't think we did. No, we didn't long rest.
You're not taking a nap in the being watched over by Vros Aath?
We ended with the party basically trying to figure out what to do next.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And what do you want to do next?
I believe. Well,
go down to the black market to get some sun scorch spell scrolls.
Honey?
I'm pretty sure it was the sun spell, the sunbeam. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, the sunbeam is one of them. Yes.
Yeah. Go down to black market. And that's why they wanted that. That's why Mr. Githyanki Man wanted me.
The sunbeam and sunburst.
Yes.
And they're both awesome. They're also pretty high level.
That's going to be extremely expensive given how spell scrolls are already.
Yeah.
I wonder who has God knows how much platinum.
You're gonna run through that quick if you're relying on spell scrolls. That's all I'll say. They get nutty, man.
We have robbing. We have the option of
you have the
stealing.
5-finger discount. Yep.
Yeah.
Also, then you have a bard. Bards can distract.
And persuade.
Yeah.
And sleep with all the women.
Don't think Peter can do that.
Unless Pietro the monster.
Not without.
He can change his body into any shape he wants. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Listen, doesn't change the fact that that's all flab and not muscle. All right, it can look whatever. It can look like whatever, but it doesn't change the fact that he's got like sticks for arms.
He can.
That and also skin-to-skin contact will immediately result in chemical burns.
Yeah, true.
And also, that's not how Kruthik mate.
This is also true.
I was the one that was told that.
I'm just teasing you about bards. That's all. Because of the meme.
Haha.
I don't know.
That's it. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Yeah, very certain.
Really. So,
He's outside.
you also need to get more data cores.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, we can't really afford anybody trying to reassemble the ship. That would be bad for everybody, I think.
Especially for the vampires.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
but I'm right, You know how many other people would get caught up in that?
Yeah.
You can't tell me I'm wrong about that fact.
Oh yeah, the data cores also told us that there were things like dotted, like parts of engines dotted around were hidden, so it can go back optional.
Yeah.
Like what my words aren't wording. So it can become back functional.
You need to find all the parts of the ship that are missing if you want to rebuild it. Yeah.
Yes, and if I remember correctly, Ross did hint to that, as he wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I also do distinctly remember it was pointed out that if we attempted to activate the ship now, the removed parts were critical.
Yeah. The ship can't fly without all the bits.
Mm.
I mean, even if it were to fly, people are living in those bits, and they'll get killed if it gets turned on.
Right.
That's what I mean. More like in the way of straight up would kill you if turned on.
I'm fairly sure Ross wouldn't mind, because I can only imagine the bits that get the most. Oh god, my wording. The bits that experience the most energy and heat at the bottom.
Yes, that's where the engines are going to be, isn't it?
Which are where the Kruthiks are.
Yes.
So Ross, I don't think minds much.
I mean, of course he's not gonna mind. I mean, you look at the guy and he's completely off his rocker.
Yeah. Shall we begin?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the plan? What you going to do?
Oh yeah.
You need. Are you?
Go.
I thought you'd all long rested, but Pietro doesn't seem to.
Yeah, I thought we had as well.
So
I'm not certain because we stuck a pin in it last time.
Should we start by acting as if you've had a long rest, so you get all your spell slots and hit points back?
Sure, why not?
I greatly appreciate
hit points.
I greatly appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm currently hovering at barely anything.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right then.
Alright then.
So once you've all had your beauty sleep, especially you with it.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely needs that.
Yeah.
Don't want a cranky vampire.
Don't want a cranky vampire.
Yeah, you definitely don't. A cranky vampire isn't a good vampire to be around. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they're not very good to be around in general, but that's especially a bad day.
Don't talk to me until I've had my blood.
Have you seen that one Witcher meme where the guy's like, "Oh, is it 1356 yet?" No. Fuck off. Just goes back to sleep.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
what's the plan, folks? What are you going to do first?
Well, it's I could do with getting the suit back, but then that would make stuff a bit more tricky.
Where did you leave the suit?
We got the magic weapons.
Didn't you have to leave it behind because you couldn't really climb with it?
You couldn't climb with it, yeah.
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 So
hence why I
yeah.
quickly downed.
Yes.
which that level will have very high security now.
Yep.
Because that is the Carnage level.
That is the what level?
The Carnage level.
The Carnage level. But yeah, but you left it in the room where you found the weapons, yes?
Yeah.
Yep.
So as long as you can get back to that room, you're set.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Provide. Nah, that's so silly. I'm not even gonna mention that.
Go on.
Oh.
Some Kruthic friend decides to pull an epic prank, and then, I don't know, like, puts like larva or something in the machine. I told you it was a stupid thought.
Sometimes the stupid thoughts are fun though.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yes, getting the suit back would be good. Or requiring another suit from the temple of the machine, if necessary. Or just, you know where it is, you can go back and get it when you need it. You know what I mean?
Makes sense as well, yeah.
Because if you're going to be... One of the downsides of the suit is it's not very good at stealth and sneaking through narrow passages. And some of what you want to do is going to involve you having to be sneaky and...
Taking full advantage of the...
oozeness.
Of...
I've got cheesecake, I've got cookies, I've got
Totally.
pineapple, we've got some other potatoes and some drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, that's all. I work there as well,
So.
but I've only been down here in this about
Are you going
3 days, 4 days?
to go find engine parts or memory cores, or
I
are you
say
going to
we
head
go-
down to the Kruthiks?
Probably best to find memory cores.
Works for me.
Yeah.
So you can learn more about what
I
happened.
mean, we gotta figure out, like, how to repair the ship, or if we're, I hope not, going to repair it. But I guess if there's something useful on it, and we do consider the fact that we could just dump these somewhere and nobody will ever find them again. And just
you
keep
really,
things full.
you really don't want to repair the ship.
I don't know. I mean, like, it seems like a bad idea.
Maybe we need to cue you of your vampirism first.
I'm not at the moment, though.
But I'm not wrong, though. Hear me out, you know?
Or
Someone tells me... Yeah.
go on.
Someone tells me she will be fighting that, kicking and screaming.
As long as she's still sensitive to sunlight.
I'd kind of die from that. That doesn't sound like a pleasant time. That sounds like a pretty awful way to go, to be honest.
And if you're cured, you revert back to before the campaign.
Alrighty.
Yeah, but then Yvette wouldn't really...
Yeah, it wouldn't be Yvette anymore, would it?
She wouldn't really know you guys. She'd lose all the memory that she
Right.
would be. And
So
then kind of
better-
end her as a character.
So a better way would be to find some way to make her invulnerable to sunlight.
Might be useful.
It might.
It might be anyway, but you wouldn't like it.
Oh, what do you have in mind?
Go, Pietro.
I know. I say I live
I'm
here.
sorry, what?
Yeah, that just turned me into you. That wouldn't be me anymore.
Oh, you want to download his... You want to map his brain into...
Well, I mean, if we go to somewhere like the temple, Have a
Good luck trying to get her back there after
your
what happened.
Having your engrams transferred into a gelatinous ooze creature.
Yeah, she already has a bad experience with clerics anyway. I do not think that she would be down for something like that.
Alright then.
No?
Yeah.
You did-
Yeah,
Why wouldn't you want your brain downloaded into a robot? Come on.
It's the future, man.
Yeah, Peter, like, anywho, where, Yvette, you're a resident rich expert. Where should we look first?
A what?
You're the resident rich expert. In other words, where should we start looking for the memory cores? Who's gonna have them?
Could I roll to see like if she
History?
knows anybody who had any? All right. 14. All right, that's decent.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen the trinket around in a few people's houses. You just thought it was a pretty weird bauble, but now you know what it really is. You know of a few houses where you could acquire them.
And did you ever mention that her family ever had one of these, or?
Yeah, I think they probably would have had one.
I remember you saying that the big man who turned Yvette into vampire had one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that might be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah,
You think?
We should probably go for
just a bit.
small pickings
You should
first.
go get the low-hanging fruit first.
Yeah, and then if it's like push comes to shove, we have to go get it. All right, we'll go get it.
Yeah. But I'm very certain if we go for it now,
Die.
we'll be dead as nails.
You'd be what now?
Don't start it.
We'll be dead as nails.
Dead as nails. Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, so long as it's not on the same level, should be fine.
Right.
Toby, knock it off.
Door's open.
I know, but he
Off
wants
to go.
somebody to hang out with him until he poops.
Because I can only imagine that all the guards and stuff, well, the majority of the security is on the level, on that level.
Probably dealing with the mess that you left behind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Yvette's family.
So thankfully,
Yeah, they've
They'll
probably
find-
acquired her thing, so we'll have to figure out where they sent that all off to. If somebody bought it in like an auction or something, we'll have to figure that out.
Are there any other family members that would have inherited the stuff?
Does she
The
know
brother.
if her, like, if they have like an uncle or like an aunt or like some other relative in the Spire
Probably would.
that still has some standing?
Yeah, there's your aunt, mother's sister.
Does she know anything about her?
She's a spinster. She likes she likes clothing, but she tends to prefer a more masculine look. Yeah, and she likes to have fun. So she's the black sheep of the family. She likes to. She somehow always has money, but she also is a little reckless with it. Does that make sense?
All right, gotcha. I think I get the idea.
Yeah, I get the idea as well.
Well, we could I know. I think my aunt may have a few, but I haven't talked to her in ages. God, it's when. What was it, like 10 years before I was
Vamp.
just making up something? Because she's the black sheep. Probably been a while.
Yeah, although she'd be the fun aunt that would kind of. She's probably the one that got you your first drink. That kind of.
Yeah, maybe like last birthday or something, like a year ago. I don't know. Is that like a more accurate number?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, God, it's been like almost over a year. I haven't even seen her.
Well, that probably means she'll be happy to see you.
She might even
She
have
might.
been. Okay, well, I imagine that your immediate family was encouraging your relationship because it would have gotten the family more a better reputation, right?
Yeah,
Your
probably.
aunt,
And their family too.
your aunt was telling you to stay the fuck away from him. That makes sense.
Gotcha.
Just come to Pietro's mind because of previous events. If someone was against the relationship,
I mean, you don't really know.
would Dagon basically make an example of her?
No, but you don't
I
know
mean,
anything
they're
about
not just
this
gonna-
because you don't have access to Yvette's memories yet.
Yeah, and that'd
Yeah.
probably be pretty silly anyway, because like she doesn't even know what's going on. And it's a bad idea to just go off start killing random nobles because that's just going to draw a lot of attention to you. People
Fair
are
enough.
going to be pretty upset about that, even if they're like not really outcasts, but like even though they're weird, they're still nobles, and people care about them because they're the higher ups of society.
So
It's not
shall we go
look up to them
find-
rather than care about them?
So shall we go find the spinster?
Yeah.
All right.
Auntie Roberta, or Bobby, as she prefers to be called.
Yeah, so Pietro's like, so I guess you're going to have to be leading the way.
Yes, I. Look, just Pietro, Robin,
Yeah.
please don't do something stupid and get her killed.
Please don't eat my aunt.
I'm not going to kill her, don't worry.
Trust me, since that weird tiger devil thing in my system, I might be a little reluctant to eat right now, all that.
And one more thing, if you come up with a fake name, at least do your due diligence to try to remember it. The last time, that almost got us in a whole lot of trouble.
Who are you talking to?
That'll be good.
Was it me that I forgot, or...
I don't remember.
Alright, fair enough. I was worried.
Okay, which one of us?
Okay.
Pietro kind of screwed up one time and said his real name when we were being interrogated by guards, I think.
You'll take it.
Right. I remember, at the start of all this nonsense. But then, to be fair, Pietro was only a day old.
Mm.
All right.
Anyway.
So you're going to make your way,
But I don't know.
make your way downtown. You're going to make your way
I was
down
just say hi and
the Spire
back, that's all.
to get back into the Spire on a lower level,
I know.
avoiding all the security on the top levels
I know. Cleo said she should be
in
born.
order
Yeah.
to
Yeah, which is good, so.
meet Yvette's fun aunt.
Of course,
Yeah, speaking
Pietro
of-
using guy's self to basically, blend in to, not be screaming obvious.
What is her stance on us? Like, as he gestures to him, like himself, as to point out was.
How does Aunt Bobby feel about Kruthiks?
I honestly don't know. Look, if you're expecting something in particular, just don't, because you can't really expect anything.
Well, there's only one way to test.
Do not.
I'm not going.
My aunt.
I'm not. I'm not gonna kill her. I'm not that much of a murderer.
Not that much.
All right, then what are you planning on doing then? Enlighten me, please.
Just be there. There's only one way to test if she'll freak out at my existence.
Slip of the
If
tongue.
she freaks out as soon as she sees me, that's the way to test.
If it was anybody else, I'd be chastising you, but fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so, going down.
Yep.
Like, so...
Climbing back down the side of the tower again.
Yeah. It's like, so, why is this on, like, straight? Like, out of the family?
It's a bit complicated, like all things with nobility, but, she's a little strange in our family. Not in a bad way, just a bit... Well, I mean, my parents would probably disagree with that.
She has a tendency to speak her mind instead of playing the game.
Yeah, she tends to... She tends to speak her mind at some of the worst possible times about literally anything. Like,
so, like
I don't
me
even
on
think
the
you
case.
need to find like a mind reader in order to feel whatever she's thinking out. She'll just blurt it out loud. I don't know how she's gotten through life like that, but she's nice at least.
She's got balls.
So she's like me in some ways.
I would not make that comparison. No.
What would you like? We have cheesecake.
I
We
don't know.
have cookies. We've got
Okay.
cakes.
So,
We have a scrumptious cake, which is really quite filling. That's really quite nice. The cheesecake is our best seller. It's like a vanilla.
you're heading down the tower.
Yes.
Minding your own business. Looking out over the grassland in all directions. And eventually you get down. Yeah, you come back in. And you're surprised to find there's a guy just chilling in the ducts.
Just like a normal man.
How many of you did you one of the cheesecake, one of the cake. I've also got a couple of trifles.
Do you want to investigate?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whoever has the best investigation, you roll with it.
Not me.
Help action on you.
Yeah, I have a -2. I'll try it either way.
Pietro's a +2. Robin is a -1.
Oh, wait,
Yvette's
yeah.
a -1.
Yeah, not
So,
Okay.
So Pietro is slightly... Oh, never mind. Yvette, they look dead.
Call it probably about 60, don't need to be 75.
Pietro...
Are you sure?
Um...
Oh, thank you.
Sorry?
You too.
15.
There's no sign of life. His skin is very pale. He's not breathing. You don't know how long he's been there for, but he doesn't look... He looks
Yep.
recently dead. Does that make sense?
Are we talking a kind of dead that look similar to Yvette?
Be like sick.
You know, drained of blood.
Yeah. Yes.
I think the feeling's already begun.
Oh, all right. Is he at like like if we crawl in there, is he gonna like immediately notice us, or is there ways to like obscure?
How would a dead guy
approach?
notice you?
Well, I mean, like if he is a vampire, then he might not smell us.
Yeah, none of you smell like blood, really. Or at least not the kind of blood he wants to drink.
She is going. She's going to sneak over, and we are going to attempt to dispatch this guy quietly.
Okay, you're gonna try and kill him in his sleep, huh?
Yeah, this is a dangerous place to be. He could be a sanguinite. I really don't want to take a chance.
Why not throw them out through using the same hatch to make them just fall to their death?
Yeah. All right. Guess I'll
Yeet.
I'll hide. 21.
So stupid.
Shut up.
Hiccups. Lovely.
Okay. So that's your attempting to...
Yeah,
do it.
to hide and be sneaky.
Oh, I thought it was your attempt to grapple.
Yeah, we got to get close to him first.
Okay. You sneak up to the dead body. And then what?
Actually, just for curiosity's sake, like, what does this guy look like? Well, like, what's he wearing? Is there anything distinctive on him?
He's wearing what would have been fine clothing, but they've been torn. Like, all the buttons have been ripped off, for example. His
Alright.
shoes have, like, the soles of his shoes have been deliberately broken.
So there's no heraldry on him, right?
Any heraldry that the clothing would have had has been ripped off.
Got it. So there's not really any way to identify
Do
this
you want to
guy.
make an insight check?
Yeah, sure. Why not? It's pretty bad. 8. No.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Do you want to tell the others what you've observed, or are you going to keep quiet?
She's going just kind of be a little intrigued by this. She's gonna crawl out, just go over the rest of the group.
Jumping over the fence.
I think I found something. You might want to take a look at this.
Right.
What do you tell him?
There's a dead nobleman in the ducks just sitting there.
They knew that
I
already.
don't know. Yeah.
What do you tell them about the clothing?
All of the buttons have been ripped off, and his shoes, the laces have all been torn out. It's like somebody was trying to get rid of the heraldry on it. I can't really identify him.
He must have been an imposter then.
An imposter?
Or pretend.
Oh, yes, he's to plan tomorrow.
Do you...
It's a dumb remark. Ignore that.
Robin and Pietro, would either of you like to make an insight check?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make it in.
Ouch, blinding. Good dogs, why? Insight.
Main size plus 3.
Alright.
Insight. Plus 4.
Yay! Pietro fails. Robin... Maybe they don't like him, and so they tore his clothes and kicked him out.
Maybe he was just not liked and just got torn to shreds by a crowd.
Well, if that was true, my aunt would be gone a long time ago.
Well, I can't tell anything from it.
That's why I think of you as our resident rich expert.
Rich expert.
Hey, I'm basically your guys' resident duck expert.
You know, people are trying to sleep here. I would appreciate it if you shut up.
She just kind of turns around a little surprised. Who are you?
No one of consequence anymore.
You don't look like you're in the best of a position. What exactly happened?
Why should I tell you?
I'm not... Sorry. Throat. Jeez. How do I approach this? Did they drag you up here? The Sanguinites?
No, but I'm hiding out here in the ducts because I've got nowhere else to go anymore.
See.
My home has been taken from me. My riches taken from me. I am the last of my family, and I would be dead too if they didn't want to humiliate me.
A noble? What family exactly?
Which family am I from, or which family did this to me?
Both, just for the sake of context.
We were called the Pews, and it doesn't matter anymore because we have been wiped. We are no longer acceptable, apparently, according to your Sanguinites, who you mentioned earlier.
I see. And you're just going to accept that, then?
What can I do? I'm just one vampire. I'd have to rebuild my family from scratch.
Well, Mr. Pew. Sorry, it was Pews, right? The family name. Just that way I'm pronouncing right.
Pew.
Right. Got it. Well, I'm not sure if you've heard my name go around. Yvette Le Blue Fleur. I was put in a similar position as you.
Oh, you were. And what position is that?
I was turned into a vampire and tossed down the ventilation shaft to live out the rest of my days, or at least that's what my lover intended, in squalor. However, I managed to crawl myself back up out of that filth, and I've been continuing to be a thorn in their side ever since.
You have a brother, don't you?
Yes, I'm sure you must have heard of,
I have.
God, why do I forget his name now? Shit, what did I name him? I gotta check my notes. Hold on. Percy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Oh, God.
Percy Le Blufferer has been causing quite a lot of bother for the Sanguinite family also. My family were charged with hunting him down. We failed, and that is why I'm here.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Your family are the reason I am here.
Mm. It sounds like the revolution's still kicking and breathing.
The revolution.
God.
What revolution?
Yeah.
We're trying to fight back against the Sanguinites. Listen, if we can help each other, you can get your house back, I can get my revenge, and then things can go back to the way they were.
Revenge.
Just kind of using a bit of,
yes.
subtle
Persuasion?
deception. Well, I mean, like, she doesn't
Deception.
think things are going to go exactly the same way, but, you know, still in her favor, of course, if everything turns out the way she's hoping it to. Deception is a +6. It's pretty good.
Persuasion is also +6.
Fuck! Shit! Damn it! Why?
I think I will join your little rebellion. I would like to help you.
Perception check on that.
Do you mean insight check?
on that.
Insight?
Yeah.
I'm inciting too. Pietro has... Because, after all, Pietro's been lied to before.
Robin, you get the impression from... so does Pietro. Gets the impression from his tone that what he'd actually like to do is infiltrate the rebellion and try to win his way back with the Sanguinites by selling them out. Or just killing them all.
You are aware that there is basically a church of mechanical soldiers now basically hunting vampires down, right?
I am now. Please tell me more.
The mechanical soldiers that are unable to be affected with anything.
They're invulnerable to all damage?
No, as in they're immune to any kind of passable disease or condition.
Oh, but they could be destroyed by more conventional means then, yes?
Good luck with that.
Forgive him. He's
Good luck with that.
Pietro, if they're a robot, how are they going to be infected by a disease in the first place? Do machines get the common cold and they have to put them out of commission for a day because they...
Well, they might get a virus! Ha!
Yeah, Pietro's kind of giving him, almost kind of giving the kind of look that says, "Shut the fuck up, I'm not trying to know everything."
Except he didn't know about the robots until you mentioned it.
Yeah, Pietro almost has a look of, shit.
So anyway, you said there is a temple that was doing this?
A group of crazed fanatics, yes.
Which temple would that be?
Temples of the machine.
No, it's not. It's not the Church of the Machine. It's the Temple of the Many-Armed One. That.
All right.
If
Robin, roll deception.
Robin, why are you... This isn't gonna look good, man.
18. The many-armed one, huh? Weren't
Yes.
those the ones that were responsible for the attack on the winery?
No.
Yeah.
No, that was lies.
That was lies.
she's
Roll
she's
deception
dead ass
again.
staring him in the face as he blatantly lies about literally every single detail
Yeah,
for no reason at all.
Because
Pietro basically rolled its non-existent eyes.
but Robin Pietro know that this vampire can't be trusted. That's why Robin's lying.
Yeah, Yvette still hasn't picked up on the fact that she shouldn't trust him. She thinks that her argument made logical sense.
Yeah,
And
of course.
of course, like who wouldn't want to take down this thing?
So obviously the reason why he wants to know about the weaknesses of the robots is to better help you cover for those weaknesses, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also a threat to the Sanguinites too, so no wonder they would want to learn more about that.
You dipshits.
Yeah, and if you flash your teeth and say what you are to them, they'll welcome you with open arms.
If he flashes his teeth to the Temple of the Many-Armed One?
And you tell them what you are, they'll welcome you with open arms.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, Pietro is, giving you advantage with deception right now, because right now Pietro is kind of catching on that, it's best to get this vampire off the trail.
Not 20. Not 20, nigga, let's go.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Oh my
Let's
god,
go.
you're really gonna persuade him into...
So I should go seek out the Temple of the Many-Armed One, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I will do that. Thank you for the tip.
You're very welcome, my friend.
And
She's just
Viva
baffled.
la revolution.
he turns into a bat and flies off.
Pietro is almost like kind of.
On Earth, why did you do that? He was...
He was lying to you, dumbass. He was lying
No, of
to
course
you.
not. How could he?
He wanted to know all about the revolution so he could either just kill them all and get into good regards with the Sanguinites for that way, or just act as a spy.
And
I guess he wouldn't have let go of the fall of his family. I think you do make a good point. That was
and
silly of
Pietro
me.
kind of also kind of gestures by
Oh,
pulling down, getting rid of the disguise on the face. It's like, and you are aware the machines are being run by copies of me.
They're still...
why would we why would we expose a potential weakness such as basically eating something bad and bringing in bad traits?
What do you... They're not going to drink oil. I wouldn't do that. Neither would they.
And what if they eat? What if the droid eats one of them and ends up with vampiric abilities?
Well, they're already on that direction anyway, with the way things are going in the Temple of the Machine. It's only an inevitability.
Moving on. We still need that data course something.
All right.
Where do we go from here?
Follow me.
Okay.
Of course, the actual objects to disguise to, fit into the current level.
Okay. So you head over to Aunt Bobby's house. She's got a fairly nice house. It's not like a mansion or anything. And it's absolutely, yeah. And there's stuff just out front in the street that's not decorative.
Like junk? Oh.
Yeah. Like there's a barbecue and chairs and shit like that.
Oh, alright, gotcha.
Throw pillows.
Oh, this is the place.
Is it usually just messy?
Just yeah, discarded drinks containers, etc.
Is it usually just messy, or...
Well, in all truth, it remains largely the same as I remember it from the last party she hosted.
Oh, look, there's the half-eaten sandwich I left.
Oh, great. Yeah, they didn't even bother to put away the cake, and it's all soggy from the rain.
Yeah. What rain?
Oh, wait, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like, I am really thankful right now I don't have a gag reflex. Though I think I could taste the smell.
Anyways, you're hovering around outside discussing her yard decor. The door swings open, and a lady, a woman walks out. Well, if it ain't young Yvette, how you doing, you little ragamuffin?
Oh, Aunt Bobby, it's so good to see you.
Didn't tell me you were coming over.
Oh, it was
I cleaned up the place. And she,
it was a bit unexpected.
She slaps you hard on the back. You're looking a mite pale. Should we get you something to eat? Let's get you something to eat.
Oh, yeah, thank you. These are my friends.
Hello.
Hey.
Friends? That one's a bug.
Yeah, and what?
Talking bug. Huh. See something new every
Yes,
day.
That is in a red. That is purely in a red. By the way, I feel like the characters would just
interesting figure.
Either I'm hearing things, or this is that's a talking bug.
Yes, he was an interesting figure I met from just a small little trip to one of the lower levels. That's all.
And who's this oil-covered person? Are you some sort of engineer?
It's a long story.
Well, come inside and tell it. Have you met Tina? Not talking to you. I'm talking to Yvette. Have you met Tina?
Tina? No, I don't recall. No.
All right, come inside, meet Tina.
All right. You know, and she smiles. I mean, like, on one hand, she's a bit happy to see, like, you know, the last normal family member. Well, not really normal, but like the one that hasn't really had a screwed up fate.
Yeah.
You know, in her family, but at the same time, you know, it's the same old aunt that she used to know, and you know.
Yeah. Pietro threw the psychic link to Robin. It's like, this lady seems to have a few screws loose.
Come in, make yourselves comfortable. Come sit down by the fire. There's Tina. Hi. You guys want a beer? I got beer.
What does Tina look like, by the way?
Sorry?
Who is Tina?
Tina is a fairly classically attractive young woman. Blonde hair, but she seems a little shy, and she's also currently wearing nothing but a towel.
Oh, are you sure we should sit down right now? I mean, when you want some time to get ready?
Nonsense. Go make yourself comfortable. Tina, go get dressed. Okay.
So, you know, when we go in, is the mess even worse inside?
Yeah, there's clutter everywhere, and there's open ashtrays and half-eaten food on plates, and clothing just left where it was discarded.
And has the smell intensified?
There's also a cat, so yes.
Oh dear God.
Yeah,
at least there's only one this time.
Pietro almost involuntary shivers. Yeah, like through the psychic link to Robin. It's like, oh, I could taste it.
Good luck with that.
So Tina shyly excuses herself and goes to put some clothes on. What do you reckon, eh? Bit of a cracker, eh?
Oh, she well, I'm sorry. Like she's flustering.
Oh, don't worry about it. I know you don't swing that way. How about that beer?
Sure. Thank you for your hospitality, Bobby.
Sit yourselves down.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, after all, Pietro hasn't really gotten drunk before, because, you know.
I don't think you could. I don't think you could. You don't metabolize stuff the same way anyone else does.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how alcohol interacts with plasmoid flesh.
Fair enough.
She just kind of sips the alcohol.
But it hasn't been presented to you yet.
Okay.
The moment,
Sorry, I thought she just handed it.
No, she's going to go get it while you sit and make yourselves comfortable. However, the cat is sitting on the couch and is flicking its tail and glaring at you and going, if you try and sit where it's already sitting.
Well, what kind of condition does a cat look like it's in?
Cat's very well groomed. Cat is a well-loved cat.
I mean, if there's anything that's
clearly gets to pee wherever it wants. What?
If there's anything that's going to be in good condition in this place, it's going to be the cat.
And it's like, yeah, Pietro asks Yvette, what's with the real growly thing?
A cat?
People have no context of a cat.
Yeah, you never met a cat before.
Pietro, you're telling me you haven't seen a cat in the Spire before?
Most of them avoid him.
No.
Well,
no,
I suppose it's not even that far-fetched. I mean, I see rats running from you.
Oh, I'm familiar with a rat. I'm at least familiar with rats. I've seen those before, but...
Well, cats eat rats. They like to. And mice. Actually, I don't... Do you know what a mouse is?
Is it like a cousin of the rat?
It's a nicer mouse, usually.
Alright.
And they usually dwell in the wilds and not in the city.
Okay.
It's probably going to be too much to explain a cat to you. Anyway, I think Aunt Bobby would love to tell you all about them. I think she'd probably explain it a lot better than I would be able to. Quite frankly, that would just save me a lot of talking.
Yeah. Because right now I can taste the room.
Taste the room? Just comes to Bobby. What are you doing licking the room for? As she hands you a can.
She just kind of chuckles a little bit at that.
Part of the weirdness.
So anyway, you said you had a story for me. Spill it.
Well, I was created from the gears of the Spire.
Created from the gears? What the hell are you talking about?
Pietro basically shoved its hand through its head, showing that basically there's no structure.
You revealed that you're an ooze by putting your limb through your face. Is that correct?
Or maybe even basically, like shifted around, like complete mastery of the form.
Yeah, you could just go bloop into a puddle and then come back up if you wanted to. But yeah,
That worked. Like a second.
But the idea of passing your arm through your head is also kind of amusing. Well, what the hell are you?
Best way of putting it, I'm essentially living oil.
Living oil? Yeah. I'm gonna start looking at oil a lot differently.
Yeah,
hey Tina, get this, he's living oil. What?
She just kind of chuckles a bit more at that.
Yeah, it comes with some interesting things, and such as I can't smell technically. I can taste what's in the air, but it's you can kind of see what I mean. My senses are a little weird.
Is that what you meant by tasting the room?
Yeah, I can literally taste it. I can literally taste what I imagine the smell is.
You don't even need a tongue, huh? All of you can taste it. That's a shame. Tongues are fun. Ain't they, Tina? Yeah.
Technically, I could create one. And, create one,
Oh. You just...
Do not touch it. It is highly acidic. I already know what you're thinking of.
Well, that's no fun at all, is it? No, that would seem uncomfortable. Yeah, that's not going to be fun.
Yeah, I would recommend not touching, because
That's okay.
Very acidic.
But anyway, you said you were made from the gears.
Yeah.
And you look like oil, and you seem to be a big oil puddle that can move and think. How the hell did that happen?
Essentially, someone fell into the gears and basically a weird sound. There's some sort of weird sound and all sorts of things mixed together, and I essentially crawled out the gears.
Well, that's something new.
Yeah. I think the closest thing I have to it is, and it uses like the scope self capability to, kind of get as close as you can to the closest it can to the original worker. Obviously, trying your best to guess from a mangled corpse.
Hey, that's Kevin.
What?
Used to go drinking with him. He was a good man. That's the guy that fell in?
Yep.
Ooh.
Well, that explains why we ain't seen Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, Aunt Bobby.
That's fine.
I honestly don't know how he ended up in the gears, though.
Maybe he was drunk.
Well, and we think he seemed to have some skill with magic.
Kevin? Nah. Damn good engineer, though.
Might go to explain the whole skill with gears thing.
I'm sorry, what?
Hey,
Oh, that would explain your skill with gears. Oh, you inherited his skills, did you?
More like I can see gears that's around me or something. It's very strange.
Well, ain't that something? What about you, Bug Boy? What's your story?
I happen to come from the lower levels, and that's it. There's not special.
Are you telling me all the poor people look like you?
Yeah, the majority, yeah, but not all.
Well, ain't that something?
Yeah, I come from the low to the low.
You ever hear such a thing, Tina? I can't say I've ever been down there, but because I heard stories about monsters and giant cockroaches, but I thought they were just, allegory? Is that the right word? To scare us off? I wasn't going to go down there anyway. I mean, it's full of poor people. Whatever. Yeah, Tina, your mouth is moving again. Stop that.
It's the right doggy place. You'd love it.
Would I?
I mean, you might.
Mm.
You might want a bodyguard if you go down there.
Might want to
Especially a bodyguard if you go down there.
I thought you said a body bag. Like bring your own
bodyguard.
bring your own body bag. You're gonna need it.
Poor Tina is already traumatized enough today. She doesn't need any more.
With your wealth.
Well, so now I know who your friends are. What do I owe the pleasure of your arrival, huh? What do you all want with me?
Auntie, have you received anything lately from my parents? By any chance?
I got some sort of weird letter.
Oh, did you happen to read it at all?
Yeah, but it didn't make much sense.
What do you mean?
They said that they were gonna have to hide. They've never done anything wrong in their life. They've always been playing the like I'm the one that gets in trouble. They're the goody two shoes. I don't know why they would have to hide, but let me get the letter. Let's see if you can make any sense of it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Pietro threw the telekinetic bond thing to Robin. Guess they're trying to keep her out of the loop with the whole being connected to the rebellion thing.
I don't want her to get involved with whatever this is. She doesn't deserve to get wrapped up in whatever I've ended up dragging my parents into.
Yeah,
She seems quietly to him.
She seems too nice to...
What was the last thing you heard? What was the last thing you knew about what happened to your parents, Yvette?
They were with the Resistance, and unfortunately, they had to flee alongside them.
Yes.
So
There wasn't much she could do about that.
they're among part of the scrambled elements of the destroyed base.
Yes. So anyway, she comes back with this letter. And, like, whips it at you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and she opens the envelope and reads it.
Etching done hopefully by Wednesday.
It starts off fairly formal, you know. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. We're doing just fine. We've had we have had a change of circumstances lately, which has forced us to relocate. Hopefully you can join us. We don't know if we don't know if you'll still be safe. And then what follows is a paragraph of nonsense, but may end up you kind of get that it's a coded message to tell Bobby where they've gone. But it's clearly written by somebody who's never had to write a coded message in their life before, and it's confusing as all fuck.
We have a cheesecake and we have a scrumptious cake.
I see.
And then it sounds off with, hope to see you soon. Love, you know.
It is vanilla and
So,
chocolate.
do you want to try and
But you do get like
test your ability to decode the message?
Sure, why not?
But
What would that be?
That would be an investigation check.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Actually, that's pretty good.
17.
Enough.
Okay. So you realize that what they're hinting at is that they've moved into the do you remember that abandoned house that you'd found that had briefly been occupied by Sludge and his minions?
Yeah.
It appears that that's where they've gone.
Maybe they might be safer with her than they were with the Resistance, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, so Pietro's like, quietly like, so leave them out. So try and leave them out of all this madness.
So you're thinking of finding your parents and bringing them back to Aunt Bobby?
That's alright. I'm gonna be.
That might be our only really like safe bet, I think. I mean, like they're already in a pretty precarious situation where they are right now. I mean, Sludge is still out there. And they're wanted criminals as well, so there's probably people looking for them. Aunt Bobby at least has money and could probably afford to keep them hidden in the house, despite, how...
The house being an absolute fucking pigsty. Yeah.
Yeah, despite it being a pigsty, but at least it'll be safe there, I think. Despite being, like, in the lion's den.
Do you think your mother would tolerate the mess?
I think she'd have to. I mean, what's the alternative?
Well...
It's Spire entirely.
There's no way to get out of the Spire. I mean, surrounded by steppe nomads.
There are, some of the nomads do trade with, at the base of the Spire. But, which Robin would be aware of.
Oh. Hell, there are some nomads that interact with the Spire, just doing general trade and all that jazz.
What?
Oh.
I just.
Because if they're outside, they would be
I can delete.
protected because there would be natural light.
Alright.
Well, what me, player brain is debating on is whether it's a good idea. No, because we can.
Yeah,
supply the money ourselves.
Good idea to what? Finish your thought.
Whether or not to tell her the truth about what's
Bobby
really
the truth?
going on. Yeah, and about what's really happening with Yvette and her parents and the Sanguinites, or if it's just safer to leave her in the dark and not have her involved anyway.
Well, you've already noticed that you already have pale skin.
What's with the face of it? What does it mean?
Bobby, I gotta talk to you in private about something really important.
Whatever you can say to me, you can say in front of Tina. No, it's fine. I can go in the other room. You're staying. Oh, okay.
I'd really prefer if Tina went in the other room.
It's really no bother.
No,
Okay. It won't be long, dear. I know. Alright, Tina goes to the other room and Bobby goes, alright, out with it. What is it?
You remember how I was dating Dragon a little while back? I think you saw him at the last party you hosted here.
Uh-huh. What the little prick do to you?
She lifts up the collar of her shirt and reveals like the
bite
scar of the bite marks he left on her. He threw me into the God, what was it? The transport? Or there was the shaft. What was it?
Threw you down the shaft.
Like
threw you down the shaft.
Yeah, he
didn't he?
threw me down the shaft after biting me and turning me into a vampire. I've been able to crawl myself out of there. I've been trying to pursue my own revenge.
Well, shit, you're a vampire?
Yes. But I'm still the same Yvette, you know.
Yeah, Pietro's like, kind of having that non-verbal kind of...
I got a question I've been meaning to ask you folks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The vampire.
Mm.
So, when a woman gets her period, Do you guys just go right down there and lap it up?
Is that the first thing you thought of?
Well, yeah.
Aunt Bobby, what I'm trying to tell you is that
Firmly confused. Because I don't think we've even had the concept of what a period is.
No, you didn't. You've never been
neither would
introduced
Robin.
that. No, you guys have
Robin
no
wouldn't
fucking
either.
clue. It's not part of your...
Aunt Bobby, I'm
we,
trying to tell
we managed
you...
to put North off, I think. He left.
It's like, alright, I've had enough for one day.
Anyway.
A mention of that and it's like, no.
I'm out!
No.
I'm trying to tell you that the reason why this paper was sent to you is because they're still in danger about what happened with me. And the Sanguinites still know that I'm around and they want to cover their tracks.
And that's how I ended up involved in all of this. I saw too much.
So that's why all the nonsense in the letter?
Yeah, they were trying to be subtle about it, but they didn't really do a good job writing the code, unfortunately. I was barely able to decipher it.
Well, I didn't understand
I
a
think they
word.
got this from my brother, I think.
Well then.
Yeah, that is why I wanted Tina out of the room as well, because I am still wanted up here.
And you somehow managed to get your family endangered in the process.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, he literally just got this one.
We managed to get them away from what was basically a feeding frenzy.
Feeding frenzy, huh?
That's a...
You know a while ago there's like a fancy party up top.
Must have lost my invitation.
Turns out it was a disguised event. They want...
What's the useling talking about?
It was another Sanguinite ball, and they intended on, and I think they got a fair few of the nobility here, and put them under their control as vampire spawn. But,
Well, aren't you dumping all kinds of knowledge on me?
I mean, that isn't important right now. I didn't need for all of this to happen. I love Dragon. He was the world to me, and then he threw that love away like it meant nothing to him.
Sounds like literally.
Yeah, he did. He left me to rot and die just because he was bored.
Is that really the reason?
Yeah.
You didn't
I'm not gonna
question
stop
his
until
manhood or anything, or?
What? No, I was infatuated with him at the time while I was still alive. Maybe I must have done some sort of slight. It doesn't matter. He betrayed that trust, and now I'm going to rip his heart out.
Good for you.
I'm sorry, and I'm sorry I ended up getting you involved in this too. But
Well,
it's
I
the
guess I'm
only
here
way
now.
it's the only way to keep my parents safe. Listen, Aunt Bobby, I know you and my parents are not on the best terms, but you're the best chance I have of making sure they stay safe through all of this. I know you're fine with Percy, but they're all stuck in a very tight situation right now. We could try the nomads, but I don't know how reliable they're going to be. So this is the only other alternative. Would you be willing to let them stay at your own place for a while until this all blows over?
I don't think they'd want to stay here, but sure, if I'm the only option they got. My door's always open.
Thank you so much. And she just hugs her.
Well, ain't that sweet? You better not be trying to bite me.
No, I'm not. She kind of pulls away a bit fast, remembering that when she did go to hug her parents, she felt that slight twinge.
Pietro's like, you'll be surprised. She has shown a remarkable amount of restraint.
Huh.
I've done some things I'm not proud of.
But at least you're getting somewhere.
There's one more thing. Do you happen to have God, I forget what they look like, small ornaments?
Yeah, Pietro uses prestidigitation to recreate the object.
Yes, like that.
For 6 seconds, and then disappears again. Well,
Or basically uses some of the slight, uses some of his ooze to basically
that
recreate the object.
One of those paperweight things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have one of those knocking around.
Thank you. If you have more, then I'd really appreciate if
Are
have them.
Are they worth something?
It's a bit complicated, but they're a bit more than what meets the eye.
Huh. I won mine in a game of cards.
Hello?
I won mine. Yeah? I won mine in a game of cards. She says.
Oh, I see. I take it the usual
Sorry, what?
I take it with I take it it was with the usual group.
It's better to find people that underestimate you. If they think they can, if they think that you don't know how to play, they're more likely to make stupid bets.
I won't forget that.
Go on.
Oh, no, never mind. Sorry.
Cleared this guy out. Sold off most of the stuff, but never could find anybody that was interested in these things. So, here you go.
Thank you.
And you get 2 memory cores.
Nice. That is pretty substantial.
That makes 3 out of the 7.
Mm-hmm.
Russell, can I get a copy as well, please? Sorry.
Well, hopefully they have a bit more information than last one.
We'll have to.
Yeah.
What are these things?
Right now, oh, God, my PC turned off. They're keys to a weapon we're trying to use against the Sanguinites.
Weapon?
Yeah, I don't even know if it's even a good idea to turn this thing on anyway.
Yeah, that's
They basically contain information that needs something special to access it.
It's a bit of a head scratcher deciding to. I mean, for all of their for all the bad, they still run the place. And if there was no one running the place, could be a lot worse.
You're saying what doesn't get better?
I'm not just going to let him walk away with what he did to me.
Oh yeah, by all means kick your boyfriend's ass, but maybe not take down the whole system.
She kind of has like a little bit of like, not toward her aunt or anybody, but just towards like that family in particular kind of flares up for a moment before just kind of simmering down.
So almost like a flash of that kind of
that predatory instinct for a moment before she's able to contain herself again.
Probably.
Well, I'll figure something out. I promise.
Be careful out
Everything will be fine. Trust me, it will.
I know you're not exactly my niece anymore, but
But I am. I am still the same Yvette.
Weird expression, that would almost read as debatable.
Listen, I've had to make some changes I'm not proud of, but I'm still the same person.
yeah. Well, your attitude has changed a little. And, this one certainly ain't Kevin anymore, and don't know who you used to be.
Me? Oh, I was just me. I've never been anyone different.
But listen, just don't tell anybody about what we just told you. All right, you could be in danger if somebody hears the wrong thing.
Oh, don't worry about me. I've lived a long time before you came along,
You're one of the only ones I have left that haven't been affected by all of this. I'd feel responsible if anything did happen.
You're not. I'm a survivor, kiddo. Don't worry, I'll take care of your parents. Where did you say they were hiding?
In one of the houses on, she'll give her the directions. They've been there before. She knows what the place looks like. The old house.
Mm-hmm.
On the what level was it again? It was like I think it was one of the mid levels.
It's on the same level as as Geppetto's workshop.
Yeah, she'd point him out to that. She'd point her out to that direction.
Mm.
They're probably waiting there if the letter is still accurate.
Okay. Anything else you can tell me, kiddo?
I think that's as much as we know right now.
Pietro's like, am I right by thinking Sludge's appearance is drastically altered from Pietro's look? Due to,
Yeah, he doesn't look like you.
If you decide to go down there, you might want to keep an eye out. If you see me, but with different colors and such, that is not me.
And if I did see this evil twin of yours,
run.
That's it. Just run. No way to protect myself.
That,
I'm not really one. I'm not really one for running.
That or use fire.
Fire. Good to know.
Part of the natural downside to being living oil. I'm only basically being protected with this arm, with special armor.
All right. Well, You guys need to lay low for a while?
We do have some work to do. Yes, we can't stick around forever. It's dangerous here, especially here.
All right.
But I appreciate your hospitality. Thank you again.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime.
The beer was lovely.
He's just running.
Wish you luck.
So I guess now we're gonna go over and see what's on these memory cores.
Might as well,
Yeah.
So you're going to go head back up?
so they don't get stolen.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what our goal is right now. I mean, Aunt Bobby is gonna go find Yvette's parents, take them in, hopefully. And Percy, which I imagine probably would stick pretty close with them. Being Percy.
Okay.
But yeah.
So yeah, guess.
Anyway, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Enjoy.
Just out of character, want to make this clear for my notes.
Mm-hmm.
Is Tina a girlfriend or a fuck buddy?
You never asked her.
Okay, cool.
But obviously, clearly, you know that there's a relationship between
Yeah,
the two of them. Yes.
yeah. I'll to quote the notes I wrote. Went to Aunt's house, met Tina, and in brackets, girlfriend / f buddy ? Question mark.
She is probably the latest in a long line of conquests.
Cool. So cool. Got it.
Mm.
Bend down stables.
But
No, I can just grab the horse and go.
she's fun.
I couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell that I had fun playing her.
No. It didn't sound like you had fun at all.
I think the aunt sounds like she has a few screws loose.
But at the same time, none at all.
Maybe.
People like that confuse me. Like, they seem like they're just...
Hey,
They don't have anything going on in their head, but they have everything going on in their head.
it's fine.
And they listen to everything.
Yeah.
Which I imagine for Zanguinites, that is one group they fear.
Alright.
Hmm? The Sanguinites don't like people that listen?
People that know too much can throw a wrench in the system.
Hmm. Yeah,
Maybe.
makes sense.
Maybe.
After all, the whole purpose of them controlling families around them was to consolidate power.
Yes.
Yeah. Spread their influence among the lower levels, so eventually they get control of the entire Spire.
So my question is, what do they do with those that refuse to play along?
Well, in the case of people like Aunt Bobby, they're not interested in having Aunt Bobby be a part of their system because they find her obnoxious and brash and loud.
Absolutely.
Mm.
I imagine.
And since she's not particularly interested in what they're up to, she's just been allowed to continue because, you know.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry.
No
Yeah, no, the whole idea that if you make an example of something like that, it would attract more attention than it's worth.
Now, if she was deliberately showing up to social events and openly mocking the powers that be, then, yeah, she might have gotten herself in trouble. But because she has no interest in showing up to their events, then that's why she's still alive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
What's
Because
happening?
she's not involved in the day-to-day thing. She can be safely.
So Aunt Bobby is loud and brash and doesn't get along with the nobles, but she doesn't involve herself with the nobles enough to have earned any, removal. But anyway. So yes.
Oh, so you guys are just talking. Got it.
Yes, we were just
talking.
Just vibing.
Although, do you want to tell Robin? Do you want to tell Yvette what you asked me?
Sure, why not? Yeah, I wanted to clarify with my notes. So I asked, is Tina a girlfriend or a fuck buddy?
I have a feeling it's probably both.
For now. Girlfriend for now. Okay. Yes. So you leave Aunt Bobby's. And then what?
Went back up, started heading up to the not delivery control room.
Yeah. Climbing back up.
Yes.
Yeah. As you are leaving Aunt Bobby's, she comes out the door and says, "Hold up, one more thing. Just need to ask.
Huh?
You guys aren't tied up with this chainbreaker cult, are you?"
What?
Breaker?
Chainbreaker cult.
Just checking.
What is it exactly?
Bunch of crazies trying to summon some sort of god of freedom or something to try and save them.
Would I make a history? Just
See if you've heard anything about this guy.
Not
Would I've picked up any of that from the previous memories?
You see if you've eaten somebody who knows anything. Go for it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what was that roll, Robin?
The
already
top one was a misclick.
But it was a 4 because you rolled a 2. So, I see, -2. It was a 0 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
You don't have advantage on the roll, so it was a 0.
Oh, I thought underscore meant it just didn't work proper.
Yeah, but the D20 part did, so I can do the math.
Okay.
13.
All right. You don't remember much. Not much comes to mind from the memories you've absorbed, except for one word. Garthak.
Is that similar to any other name we know that Pietro knows of?
No.
The only thing that comes to mind, yeah, it shares with the others. Like the only thing that comes to mind is something called Garathar.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the god that they're trying to pray to. They're trying to summon.
Out of anything else, the other memories are a bit too vague. Get anything else from.
It's dead. Tlaes.
Well, just stay clear, okay?
We won't.
Yeah, what level are they on? So we can stay clear.
Why are you saying that?
Just so
That
we can
sounds like
avoid
you
them.
definitely-
Just so we can avoid them specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, Pietro is almost gonna.
I don't know.
Anybody want to pounce?
I haven't gotten messed up with them myself. I haven't looked into them much. I just know that they're
You want to pounce?
trying to, trying to do the same kind of thing you're doing, except they're going about it all wrong.
Yeah, I'll go find it.
I'll know to stay out of the way then.
We definitely will.
There was one in the office.
Right. Good to see you, kiddo.
Good to see you too. Stay safe, Aunt Bobby.
Ah, you know me. Safe is for pussies.
Wishes.
So then you go back to the, one of the outdoor access points and head back up the spire. Yes.
Yep.
Of course, using myself to make sure to blend in as a crowd. Avoid detection.
Yeah. Didn't bite me, just.
Mhm.
got rid of the claws.
Robin should probably stealth for this.
Mm-hmm. There are blue cloaks about, but they're mostly watching people who are trying to move between levels and stop it. But you're not using the stairs or the elevators. You're using outdoor hatches, and for some reason, they're not smart enough to check those.
Yeah. Probably because they're a bit preoccupied too.
Or put guards within maintenance areas.
They probably do have limited manpower at the moment as well, thanks to...
Yeah.
What was that you were rolling, Robin?
That was for stealth.
That's your stealth. Ah. You are the stealthiest. Not even your friends know where you are.
No.
Okay. I know, right? Stealth. So, you head on up.
Yep.
Useless roll. You troll. Anyway, so you make your way back up to the command center with two more memory units.
Yes.
The big mechanical spider comes out to check you, make sure that you are, you guys and not someone else. But he gives you the all clear and lets you inside. This time, Rosa Ath is nowhere to be seen.
You must be out killing, more Kruthik, I presume.
Then, out of anything, it seems like if we act when accessing these things, we're gonna be basically going by the pictures.
Yeah, because you don't know the language.
Maybe you might see something that you might want to keep hidden from him. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
After all, do we really want this man having control of the ship?
Yeah.
Well, what other options do we have at this point?
You'll, Rob, like, the spider's there. It can probably hit.
Isn't it outside?
No, it brought you inside.
It can probably hit. It can scan our faces.
Wouldn't it have what? It came out as you approached, and then led you inside once it had approved you. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
So it's sitting there.
Plus the tavern, plus the bakery.
Like, so which one should we stick in first?
It doesn't really matter.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe it.
Because after all, Yvette was the one handed over the cores.
Okay. So are you going to take one of the modules and stick it in the slot?
I just wish the Navy had more shots.
Yes.
Okay.
It only has 6 shots in it.
So.
I need to get a sawn-off shotgun next.
Several icons show up on the screen that flickers to life, hovering above the console. Of course, once again, you don't recognize any of the symbols.
Can I insight to see if they look anything close to other panels I've seen before?
Well, okay. You remember last time that Vrosa'ath had selected some of these icons to bring up the information he then viewed.
Yeah, it's coming.
So, out of instinct, Pietro would click the same button that he saw Ruthai click.
Basically, these are like icons on a desktop. This is basically like a Windows interface type deal.
All right.
So, but each of these glyphs is going to bring up some information, whether that be a text document or a video. You don't know until you click it. Does that make sense?
Then I click on the new symbol.
The new symbol?
You know, the one that's related to the newly inserted core.
Okay. The screen and all the icons appeared when you put the core in. These
right.
Each of these icons represents something that's stored on the core.
You know what? Pietro will click the first one.
There we go.
Yeah, Pietro had no fucking clue.
Indeed. Okay. So, it's just symbols. those strange circular word forms that that the Kruthik had been, that the Githyanki vampire had been reading before. So, of course, you don't understand a word of it, sadly.
Then, yeah, Pietro closed that one, opens up the next part.
I mean, are there pictures that we can follow along with?
Not for this. This is just a wall of text.
Oh, alright. Damn.
Yeah.
But the next file you open is a video file. And this is clearly from before. this must predate the previous video you saw, where all hell had broken loose and the Kruthiks were killing all the crew. Because
so from before it's played, does any of it look familiar to the previous clip?
No, because what you saw was a different. Okay, what you see is some sort of laboratory environment. It looks, and you're basing this purely on what you've seen of Geppetto's laboratory and the Dollmaker's laboratory and other, and just it's got that kind of medical feel to it. You might have seen at the local doctors. Well, not you, Pietro, because you've never been to a doctor, but you get the idea, right?
Yeah, I get the idea.
And what you see are these Githyanki scientists, presumably, experimenters, torturers, whatever you want to call them, poking at a rather angry-looking Kruthik in a cage and making comments on its reactions to what they're doing to it. Of course, you don't hear what it is they're saying, but you don't understand what it is they're saying because they're saying it in Githyanki. But you can tell from the clinical tone that this is a dispassionate report on the creature's reactions to their cruelty.
Would I understand what the Kruthik is saying? Or is it language that's vernacular that's just been long since gone?
It is a little out of date. It's like even more out of touch than your grandparents' speech, but the screeches of the Kruthik do switch from basically pleading for the torture to stop to swearing that the Githyanki's entire clan will die under their teeth and claws, you know?
Yeah, for a second, like, Pietro's like, it's like, Robin, is any of this making any sense?
Yes.
Do
Bring me
these
in.
look like science experiments?
Yes, but in a very sort of Joseph Mengele sense.
So kind of like what the Japanese did in China, sort of kind of thing. We're dealing with. Very
Yeah,
cool.
or the Nazis did to the Jews.
Ah, wonderful. So I see that the Githyanki have created this monster.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Wonderful.
At that point, you hear Rosa Ath's voice saying, "What are you doing?"
Oh, we were just
Discovered
taking a look at these.
Where did you get that?
We found them with a friend of mine.
Well done on finding more cores. You're not supposed to be looking at that without me.
Oh, I thought if we accessed the information, it might give us a hint on where to look next.
Well, it's not like we can understand your language anyway. So what would we really gain out of it?
This is true. As you can see, the Kruthik prisoners were understandably shown no mercy. Just as they showed no mercy to us.
It looks like to me it's a mixture of torture.
Seems like your fatal mistake was bringing them on board in the first place.
What makes you think we brought them on board?
Well, I mean, if you allowed them to... Why didn't you just exterminate them like you're trying to do so now and kept them around for so long? What were you and the rest of the Githyanki doing?
Know your enemy. You can better defeat the enemy if you understand them.
I see.
Is there anybody?
Sounds about right.
Go on.
Yeah, on site.
Right. Yeah, we're just gonna inside because
Yeah, that's the thing. That's
Deep.
it.
Why you always lying?
16.
Yeah. So Yvette and Robin knows that he's covering this shit up. He's trying to bend the truth.
I prefer
Yeah, Robin's just gonna
stuff, so.
toe the line until he gets his hand on a sun scroll.
So you're choosing to act as if you believe him.
Yep.
Just kind of raises an eyebrow and just goes, okay.
Pietro has no fucking clue. Pietro only understands a rudimentary form of torture, and
I mean,
there's no other context to go on.
no, you just see somebody poking at an angry animal.
Mm.
It just seems cruel.
Mm.
Yeah.
The Rosaath removes the memory core. Thank you for bringing me this one. There are more out there. Bring them to me.
Yeah. Mate, Robin, don't you still have another one?
Fuck, dude!
No. Say that in the mind. Hello.
Fair.
Just
And also
breaks
that's
down
out of
like,
context.
you fucker!
Mentally.
That's out of party. You know,
Yeah,
I'm just
it's mental. It's a mental message. Yeah, so yeah.
I was gonna say, like, if didn't I remind you about this morning? If that was actually the case.
Nah. You didn't say
That
you didn't say it
sounds
out
like
loud. You said it telepathically. It's fine. I just thought that you have an opportunity.
Robin, there's
You have an
no other
opportunity.
way of being able to say it.
You have an opportunity here to hide the fact that you have a second one from him.
He has a really high perception.
Who has really high perception?
Ross.
Yes, he does, but he's not gonna.
I mean, I think we got him for now. I mean, like, he got what he wanted. I mean, I don't think he suspects us of
He
anything.
doesn't seem suspective. And it's Yvette that has it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I mean,
if you don't mention anything about it.
Yeah, he won't be suspicious about it.
Yeah. His Gith/vampire arrogance allows him to easily believe that you've only found one more so far. Unless you say something.
really, really stupid.
Yeah, Pietro ain't freaking up. But, you know what I mean, through the psychic link, it's like... So,
No, I don't.
I mean, through the psychic link, it's like, so do we say we got another one, or should we... Or should we hide things if...
Yeah, we don't tell him. I don't... Yeah, something's not adding up with his story.
Yeah, Pietro was like, through the psychic link, like, got it.
True, yeah.
Something stinks.
Very fishy fella.
Small rat.
And not,
About that.
very fishy fella, and not just because he's good Yankee.
That's
I
racist.
don't think they're related to fish, right?
No, they're not.
They look like frogs.
So... It's like, so, what shall we go for now? One of the parts?
Why are you hanging around here? Go.
We're not even allowed a moment of rest.
The longer we wait, the sooner someone else may find the memory cores before we do.
God, you're so glum. Come on, let's go.
Nuh-uh.
What do you mean? Nuh-uh.
You're glum, you're glum. Meh.
Guess who has blood wine? Guess who doesn't? Oh.
Only glum people call each other glum.
Mm-hmm. I'm rubbing your glue. Anyway,
Anyway,
Yeah, she'd totally probably flaunt that in his face if she knew. She'd probably like, "What is that shit? You've been give me that."
anyhow.
Yeah.
So, you just, so what do you do?
so should we look for one of the parts guys, or
Gonna go say hi.
try and gather information, try and gather resources to help us prepare for the inevitable fight with Dagon?
Yeah, I say we go get some spells to prepare for the fight with Dagon. Yeah.
Distractions. Useless,
Oh.
petty distractions. Bring me more memory
we're gonna-
cores.
Fine. We'll do that.
I
See that you do.
But
I was looking to possibly get
you also wanted us to get those spell scrolls, right? Could kill two.
Once-
Could kill two birds with one. Could kill two birds with one stone.
Once the reactor is online again, there will be no need for birds or stones.
Then how would one reactivate the reactor?
We need the parts But we also need to know how they're assembled, and the information we require is stored on memory cores.
Right.
I see.
Yvette, any idea where to look next?
Rich people houses.
Yeah, more rich people houses. Woo!
Yeah, one. Robin might have seen some.
We could always try breaking into the Sanguinite Manor when they're not around. Well, that might prove to be a bit too difficult.
I say we do that one and the last one.
Yeah, I really think we would need to be armed to the teeth on that one.
Yep, that's when the spell scrolls come in handy.
We don't.
Go on.
As long as we don't get ourselves into a fight.
As long as we avoid every single Sanguinite, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Never mind. That sounds silly.
Nothing to worry about.
Does she know of anybody else that might have these? Like any noble friends? Or I know we already went to the aunt's place.
Yes, you went to the aunt. Yeah. There might be. You may find that. I mean, do you have other reasons to visit nobles that might give you a reason to, while you're there, look around and see if you can nab one?
Any like bougie art museums that are keeping these on display or something, or is that too low profile for them? Like, this is just an ornament. Nobody wants to look at this.
Exactly.
Like, it's really flashy.
I can also see us potentially getting a hold of some magic items. See if we've got.
Oh yeah.
See if we can't clear them out.
The art museum idea isn't too bad of an idea because...
Oh yeah, there would be advertisements about stuff like that. So if we do see something, we might read about it. That could be a good lead.
Maybe not for the memory cores, but if there's some advanced piece of technology that somebody thinks is just... doesn't recognize as technology and thinks it's just some sort of sculpture... it might end up in a museum.
Yeah.
Or an art gallery.
Yeah, one of the parts.
But we don't even know what parts we need. That's the problem.
Nope, you have no idea what they look like unless you've got the information from the memory core.
So we need to go after the memory cores first. Rely on us going after...
Robin might have seen some.
There's a small chance that memory core with the text file on it contains the information we need. But the only asshole in this entire Spire that knows how to read it is trying to turn on the machine, and is a pretty bad dude to begin with. So I don't even know if that's a good idea letting him translate for us. And I don't even think he'd let us know anyway.
Yeah, because he may not give you the actual information that it says.
Probably rely on the fact that we can't understand shit.
So it might be a good idea.
I have an idea.
Go on.
If we go down, if we get any more this session, we could probably go down to the black map. Go get like a scroll of of the comprehend language.
Yeah,
actually a good idea. Maybe we could use that.
Comprehend language or tongues or something like that. Yeah, something that will allow you to magically translate.
You still
need to find some way to access the information on the memory core, and the memory core that had that block of text on it, as well as the video file, is the one that Vross still has. You have no idea what's on the memory core you kept.
Yep. That's why we get the scroll of understand comprehend languages or something.
Yeah, but we need to have one of these devices that allows us to read it at the same time. I think that's what Anthony's trying to get at.
Right.
But I mean, Robin, given that you know all of these different like secret little hidey places, do you think there's the possibility that he's seen something similar? I mean, they can't just have one machine on the entire ship that knows how to read these, because if like the one breaks, then they're fucked. They can't make any more logs. They'd have to have some sort of backup somewhere, surely.
Pietro.
I'll make a history check.
Pietro, I'd like you to make an Arcana check.
Okay. Arcana is +2.
Yeah.
I'm alright. Yeah. So let's don't decide to wedge yourself in the throat.
Oh dear.
Lovely.
Ooh. Okay. So, Robin, you don't remember anything specific, but you do know that, you know from books and stuff that ships rarely have only one helm control. There's the one that's up on the deck, and there's one down in the bottom of the ship, almost connected directly to the rudder. So if anything happens to the wheel up on the deck, it can still be steered from below deck. Now,
yeah.
Make an insight check for me.
Sure.
Pietro as well, or
Pietro hasn't received the information yet, unless Robin is thinking aloud.
okay.
And Robin thinking aloud is a bunch of just clicks.
Yeah.
Mentally aloud. Mentally aloud.
Yeah. Because after all, that's the major restriction. His race can't speak.
Yes.
Can't speak in traditional fashion.
Uh-huh. Okay, so Robin, with your 21, you realize that if there was going to be something similar in the Spire, what you're looking for would essentially be the engineering deck.
Okay.
There would be, in other words, there would be one console in command and one console in engineering. So
I will. Yeah, I'll tell the others that there'll be one at the bottom.
Amongst the filth,
Amongst-
detritus at the bottom levels of the Spire.
That place is probably going to be swarming with Kruthiks.
Which is why I'm useful here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best for Pietro to keep its mouth shut.
I think Yvette's probably going to be the biggest problem, because she looks most like the, the people
The
they like. Yeah, the enemy.
Yeah, and the whole guilty by association thing.
Yeah. Plus, we did kill the Butcher and his entire crew, so we've got that going for us, too.
Yay, Pietro.
And if anything, my ability to disguise is gonna be very much useful here.
You gotta get the right pheromones, though. That's gonna be the tricky part. You gotta smell like a Kruthik.
I don't think Pietro can alter his smell.
No.
All Pietro can do is edit his appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is kind of still stinks like oil.
Yeah. That's why you frequently get confused for an engineer. Just an oil-covered fucking gear monkey.
Until someone touches me and basically I jiggle like jello.
Well, if they touch you, they're more concerned with the, my hand's burning!
Yeah.
Why is my skin melting? You know?
Yeah. So, yeah, like, so shall we start going down to see about this?
Yeah, why not? I could lead the way.
Are you ready to face the wretched misery of the lower levels?
Really don't want to go back there, but it seems like we don't have an alternative. I guess I'll have to bear it for now.
Hey, be thankful only you can smell it. I can literally taste it.
Well, at least you're familiar with it already.
Familiar with it already.
I mean, you're practically born in it. I mean, how much more familiar can you get?
I'm familiar with oil.
Yeah, Pietro wasn't born in filth, he was born in the gears, there's a difference. It gets worse.
Yeah, here Pietro's like, do I look like I'm made of Kruthik net?
I am not a poop monster. I am an oil monster. Get it right.
Anyway, shall we?
Let's go.
I think they're a bit
Let's go.
less highly strung than
All right.
I don't think they speak very easily.
Again, the blue cloaks are making it difficult to move up and down within the tower at the moment. There's increasing reports of terrorist activity, and they're trying to make sure that everybody is safe.
Of course, I'm using guys' capability to, make sure not inconspicuous from the crowd.
Okay. So you are going to try and take the stairs?
More like if we have any, more like while we're sneaking around, it's best to try and, look like a common person. So at a glance,
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
they can walk along without being stopped.
We could always just take the entrance the exit hatch and climb down to where the tray is.
I thought that's what we were doing.
Okay.
Like always.
Cool. So you're going
Then
down. You're going down the outside of the spire.
Yep.
Cool.
It's one of our most reliable methods.
Tis.
How long will that stay? That's the question.
Yeah, we're bumping into security or automated defenses.
Yeah. How long until that's developed? That's the question.
I think there's other things that you need to be watching out for. Like the fact that as you are climbing down, it's a long way down. Now, of course, most of you have the ability to climb fairly easily. That's not the issue. But the further down you get, the more evidence you can see of the nomad camps and markets that have been built shantytown style around the base of the spire. Some of which even have, some of the larger structures have even using the spire itself to support them. So they come some way up the spire. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I imagine we will probably get in above this area to, avoid interacting with the shanty towns.
Okay.
Because, we have no clue if they're how big of a threat they are to us.
Would Robin know? I feel like Robin would know that. Then Robin wouldn't feel like they're the biggest threat in the world.
They're certainly not the biggest threat in the world. In fact, as you get closer, you might see one. You see a certain familiar figure on a pile of junk that is being that is available for sale.
It's funny how you say that and there's like nobody else around.
It's so weird seeing her looking more like a doll than ever when she's immobile like that and broken.
It's like,
Oh,
it's Penny.
ugh.
Would you feel tempted to go retrieve or bargain for Penny's body, or are you just gonna leave her there to...
She wouldn't have wanted that.
But then we've lost we lost anyone that would know how to repair her.
Just, God, it's more of a memento, if anything.
So you're just gonna keep her as a trophy?
I mean, like, it's not like we can bring her back anyway.
No.
I mean, she probably wouldn't have preferred to be left to this fate anyway, so this is the least we can do.
Pietro could try that whole, Song of Creation thing.
This is true.
That wouldn't really bring her back, that'd just bring something else into her.
Or would enough, if you remember how Pietro was created, enough people around could trigger the creation of a whole new soul.
It's possible.
Honestly, go for it, dude. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's probably not gonna be good, but it's worth just trying out anyway, just to see.
How close do you have to be to something to Song of Creation animate it?
But we haven't figured that out yet. We only know.
Well, I mean from the class feat Song of Creation.
The class feat itself normally implied to have the object has to be within my hands.
Subclass Creation. Let's see.
Out of character for a second.
As an action, you
I
can
feel
animate
like
one large or
reviving-
smaller non-magical item within 30 feet of you.
So within 30 feet of something.
You can make her a dancing item. If you're within 30 feet.
I'm more talking about that whole weird, recreating the same pitch thing that...
I know you are, but for now, you could at least make her get up and walk away.
Hmm.
if you wanted to.
Let's see here. I technically can't.
Can't.
I'm only 5th level.
Oh, you don't have the 6th level abilities yet.
I've
Okay.
got
Yeah.
level 6.
True. Okay. Well, you're gonna have to come back for her then when you're more powerful. So,
Either that or the whole, as I said before, the whole, recreate the same pitch that, awaken both Pietro and Penny.
yeah. That's gonna be tricky though, isn't it? So,
Yeah, it's going to be
take a
tricky,
look.
especially when Pietro has no clue how everything will interact.
Okay. So for now, you're just trying to find a way back in without getting too close to the merchants and the gangs. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
What's my path of the 19 to see with the access panel?
Yeah, you can find an access panel. You know what you're looking for by now.
Yep.
It's a little bit, dirtier. A little more corroded than what you used to.
So,
So it might take a little more force to open.
Yvette, I think we're gonna need help on this one.
Yes.
Surely the access panel would open to my hand, wouldn't it?
If you can find the touchpad, yeah. But there's also... They could also just wrench it open like they did before they met you.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
Probably pry it open. I got that vampiric strength.
Open would announce our presence.
So, are you going to look around specifically for the touchpad?
Might as well.
Right.
If they don't want to announce their presence.
Would that be perception or investigation?
That would be Robin making a perception check because he knows what he's looking for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's wrong. Here we are. This one.
Toby.
17.
Nice. Yep. You find the control pad. It's a little dirty. You're going to have to clean it off a bit. Does anybody know prestidigitation, or are you going to just wipe
We have
I
a certain bard who does.
Pietro will, as soon as Robin pointed out, Pietro will, presto it so it's clean.
Nice. Okay. Do your thing.
I do my thing.
A crackly ancient electronic voice says something in a language you don't understand. Well,
Any kind of light,
you recognize you recognize it as Githyanki.
Any kind of light, or just purely audio?
Well, the hatch also opens, but it's accompanied by the voice.
We really do need to figure out a way how to understand that tongue.
That would be helpful.
Yeah.
So, So you going in,
Chapter 3 right now.
right?
Yes.
And the
Just had a fall off.
smell that rolls out from this from the hatch is strong.
Sweet home. I haven't been here for a while. Kind of miss it.
Would it be comparably even worse than the first time Pietro went down to the bottom level?
It's well, before you were so young, you didn't realize it was strange. Now that you were a bit more experienced, you know that this is.
Oh, was that you, Clovis?
Yeah, you recognize the smell from the last time you were down here, and now you know that it's. Now you know how strange it is compared to the rest of the town. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Is it stronger than before, or?
It's not stronger. You just know more.
Ugh. Never realized.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I never realized Kruthiks left behind such a smell.
Yeah, you get used to it after a while.
That's the smell of home.
It goes. It smells better than that aunt's place.
Ta! Oh!
Jesus. Fighting words.
Oh dear! Oh dear! Are you gonna let that? Is Yvette just gonna let that slide, or?
Yeah, I try to sing that psychically.
Yes, but
You know, Robin.
you're all linked, aren't you?
And yeah, that would mean that I did hear that.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Okay, so there was a horrible smell that came wafting out of the tunnels as you climbed in back into the spire through the access hatch. And Pietro says something along the lines of, "At least it doesn't smell as bad as the aunt's place."
Pietro, what did you just say?
Yeah, Pietro's like, right, the whole, right, we're connected thing.
Yeah, right is what I thought.
I mean, it smells delicious.
I mean, is cat pee meant to smell that bad?
As if it's everywhere, yes.
God, just keep walking, alright? You're so lucky you didn't say that in front of my aunt. She would have thrown a fit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know how much she loves that cat?
Yeah, Pietro's like, I'm not trying to be rude,
It just
I
comes
literally
naturally.
turn off.
I'm not...
It's like, I really can't turn off my sense of smell here.
Anyway.
It's literally coming through my skin.
So...
No, through you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So, anyway, you find...
Not another robbery, is that? Like a bank robbery earlier.
go through the access tunnels and air vents. You find yourself on gantries above a very densely populated, filthy, and huge, because obviously as you go down the spire, each level is wider. Level of the spire.
Sit.
It's loud. There's
No, you're not.
there are actually clouds of smoke and pollution up by the gantries where you are, so it's a little hard to see down there actually because you're walking through these fog clouds. smog clouds, more accurately. It's gross. What do you want?
And I'm assuming Pietro's basically tasting all of it.
A lot of it is mechanical exhaust, smoke for the most part.
So sit down, let him do his task.
Burnt fuel. But there are other more biological smells in there too, and chemicals.
At least the majority of this smells like coming from a machine.
Yeah. Yeah, used to it. Yeah.
There's lots of.
Honestly, yeah.
There's lots of mechanisms, gears down there.
Though best to keep moving. I don't think breathing in all this stuff is great.
Are you gonna go down into the city, where you're not breathing it in, because the pollution does seem to be rising to where you are rather than being close to the ground.
That sounds like a plan.
Okay. Okay.
So of course we find a ladder to go down.
Yep.
Staircase.
Yep, Buzz.
And when you get down there, you find the streets are full of people of various ethnicities and differences in appearance, including some of whom having scaly patches on their skin and extra limbs, stuff like that. And some of them are just straight up Kruthic.
We stand.
So, yeah, Pietro for the second link. It's like, so when you lay eggs, does the children take on the look of who they lay their legs in or something?
No.
No, yeah, they just turn Kruthic.
Okay.
I mean, every now and then, every now and then there's a hybrid that gets formed. Like, there was one of them in that pulp.
Yeah.
I don't think he was amused with the Twinkle Toes comment.
In that mob of zealots.
Yes.
Alright.
Where do you think all those births came from?
Do you want to know a bit more about the biology here?
Little.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So, when a Kruthic feels alone, like there isn't a hive to support it, they're more likely to produce the person who you saw their belly swole and the larvae came out. That's more likely to happen if there's a solitary Kruthic. There's something about the they can tell physiologically that they're not getting the biofeedback of other pheromones from other Kruthiks, so the reproduction process is keyed to making more Kruthic quickly. Whilst if there is an established hive and other Kruthic already around, then what's more likely to happen is that the Kruthic DNA splices into the host DNA and creates a hybrid.
Ah.
All right.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Obviously, this would not be known to Pietro.
No.
Well, it's the egg thing.
And I don't think Robin's really had the birds and the beanstalk.
He's not exactly had the stack said. He's been too busy, Robin.
Mm. Yeah, for the psychic links, so where do we look first for this second panel thing?
Well, you need to find somebody. You need to find shops that are selling.
Scrolls of...
Yeah, the spell scrolls, but also you're looking for contraband stuff, stolen stuff.
Yep.
You're looking for pawn shops mostly, because that's what you're more likely to find.
Yeah.
Stuff that's been fenced.
Mm.
For shops with like some thieves' cant written.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm. Well, so, Robin, you're a resident Kruthik.
Slash thief.
Oh, let me guess. Is he our poor person expert?
More like a resident Kruthik expert.
I see, and I'm just the rich person expert. Wonderful.
Hey, it's better than being the resident vents expert.
Vents expert.
Shit.
You think I
Literally.
crawl around in vents all day? Do you see what?
No, that Pietro is saying that he's the vent expert. But yes.
Pietro is literally able to travel around the ventilation systems and then basically has a memory of of how it all connects together.
True.
We're all kind of experts in our own fields.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. At least you're not the resident liar.
The gaslight specialist.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Real.
Yeah, so Pietro's through the cycle links, so where do we look first?
Do you want to have a look around and see if you can find the
We
telltale?
look for thieves' cant. That'll give us
marks.
the scrolls we need.
Hmm.
Okay, so you're specifically looking for the spell scrolls first.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Not a lot of call for literacy down here, but okay.
I imagine there'd be some shady black market with thieves' cant going on.
Oh yeah, there's lots of black market, but just whether or not they'd be selling spell scrolls.
I'll roll my perception as well. See if Pietro can, see
give it a
anything
shot.
that read.
I have an idea, actually.
Yeah.
So, Pietro, you do see your eye falls up on a shop that has all kinds of strange gadgetry in the window. There are descriptions of what these gadgets are, but you don't read Kruthic.
Well, that looks promising. It's written in a tongue I can't understand.
Let's see. That's Kruthic, yeah. I'm gonna read it out. Yeah, I can do that.
There are several devices in the shop window, but the one that catches your attention is a translating device.
Be useful. Not just here, but just for that That's the thing we need.
Yeah, I doubt we'd be able to use it with in the main room though.
Well, you mentioned that.
We can use it down here, but the main
Yeah.
room, no.
That's what I meant. Of course
Yeah.
not.
If you can find another way to read the things, then the translating device would allow you to figure out what it says.
Yeah, that's why we came down. That's like the main reason we came down.
Yes.
What does this translator actually look like?
Actually, yeah, that's a good shout.
It looks like some sort of
My translator.
sorry? It's a
Nothing.
translator, yeah. It looks like it looks like a helmet.
Did it look in line with something like a magic item or like a one-time use thing?
It's a magic item, yes. It's arcane technology.
Oh.
Either way, you're gonna have to. You don't just acquire it by looking at it from the shop, from the other side of the shop window.
Yeah. Robin will go in.
Pietro will follow.
Yeah, I'll come along too.
A large man with an extra arm and vestigial mandibles either side of his mouth says, "Welcome, friends. What can I do for you?"
Yeah. Translator gun, please.
Translate a gun?
That
Helmet.
that translator
Helmet.
helmet. Yeah.
Ah, you have a good eye. I will let that go for 150 gold pieces.
How much platinum would that be?
15.
Dean, that's mad.
Yeah, Pietro will, cough up the coin.
Oh. Not even hesitating, huh?
Nope, it just looks that good.
I'm used to at least a little bit of haggling first, but okay.
Yeah. He's got money to splash around.
You might not want to tell everybody that down here. Not everybody
Yeah.
is as trustworthy as old Sam, eh?
Yeah. Well, you look. I don't know. I don't know about all this, but you look like you could be trusted.
I just have that sort of face. Now, let me get you your helm.
Hmm.
Now, it won't work right away. You've got to give it an hour or two sitting on your head for it to get to know your brain patterns and tune in. He's describing attunement, by the way.
Yeah, for the psychic link, Pietro's like, I think I'm out of space on that.
I don't think I have anything attuned.
All right, fine, I'll do. Oh, you've got it.
I could do.
All right.
I imagine it's made for like
Kruthiks heads.
Kruthiks. Yes.
Yeah, you'd probably be the best for it.
And after all, who better to give something that can literally translate information like this is to our resident thief that can, the resident sneaky boy.
To our resident poor person expert.
I'm
To
not
the
thinking
resident pauper.
sneaky sneaky
I
expert
know.
than
I'm
anything.
just yes. I know. We're just
No.
teasing.
Sneaky liar expert.
Sneaky liar expert. Alright. So yes, you has the helm. It's gonna take a little while. What are you gonna do now?
Well, out of anything, so Pietro threw the second link. So should we start now looking around for that panel thing?
That'd be a good shout.
Do we do anything else?
A bunch of kids runs up and says, "Hey, mister, what are you? You look funny."
Which one? Me?
Yes. Which is ironic, considering that they're all Kruthik hybrids in some form or other, and, you know, the girl has antenna.
Me. I'm what you call something very strange.
What kind of strange? We got all kinds of strange down here. Can you make...
This kind of strange. And
Ooh.
yeah,
Actually, no, you got a passive of 19.
yeah.
You realize that one of the little scamps is trying to pick your pocket. Probably from the moment they go, "Ah, my hand!"
Yeah, that moment Pietro will be slinking in the kind of property into the body. Like, yeah, it would be best not to touch me.
You hurt my friend.
I have no control over that.
You're gonna pay for that. We gotta get her to a hospital now.
Some bandages and it should heal.
You got money for the bandages? 'Cause we don't.
Robin would
It's really
recognise
bad.
the scam, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you will hear him. Through psychic, you will hear, "Nah, don't do this, it's a scam."
Scam.
Yeah, Pietro through the second link is like, what is a scam?
What is a scam?
Yeah, they're trying to steal you.
They're trying to get the money out of you. If they can't steal it directly, they'll talk you out of it.
Alright. Yeah, Pietro through the psychic links like, right, so shall we just move on?
Yeah, ignore him. Best thing to
Oi,
do.
mister, we're talking to you. You're gonna need to pay up to help my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, so through the psychic links, it's like, so which way do we look for the
Well, probably be by the start, by the wall.
Toby,
let's start
knock it
moving.
off.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So regarding, you're trying to find the other control panel, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now the uppermost control panel was fairly close to the top of the sunbeam relay.
Oh, it'll be at the bottom of the sunbeam relay then.
Which means it'll be down at the very, very, very bottom level.
We're off to see the wizard then.
Alright.
Hey,
Then
I'm talking to you.
leave
Yeah, Robin will just turn around and just spook him off.
How are you going to do that? Intimidation?
Yeah.
Roll it.
Actually, no, he'll just flip him off with all four arms.
You know what? Pietro will do intimidation as well, and I'm gonna have it do that by basically going all exorcist.
What do you mean?
What? Having the head basically turn around once 180, like when they're walking away, like.
Gotcha.
Boo.
You could go totally the Thing on them if you wanted to.
Might draw too much attention.
Robin will keep an eye on the pocket.
If anything, Pietro is basically slipped in the material into, the valuables into the slime. Yes. If they want it, they're going to have to deal with the acid burns.
Yup. Okay. Pietro got a 7.
At one
Probably tempted to do the exorcist trick, and then the head kind of came off like, it's like, shit. It's like
they're just laughing at you.
Yeah, it's like, Pietro, from the head on the floor. It's like, to be fair, I'm not very used to manipulating my limbs like this.
Funny.
And it turns to the slime and then slithers back into the body.
Yes. Okay. So is there anything?
Pietro tries to go exorcist and then it just falls off like.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, I get you. Are we doing anything else on this level? Is there anything else you want to look for down here before you go looking for the control panel?
Not really.
No?
Yeah, not really for me either.
Not particularly.
Okay.
After all, not like it's going anywhere.
Yeah.
Wait.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Okay, so you head down to a deeper level, yeah?
Indeed.
You find yourself in a level that seems to have, at some point, fairly recently, had a major fire break out, since there's scorch marks everywhere, and it's much less densely populated.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Oh, what is all this?
What's this?
Anywhere. What's this?
My guess is the entire area smells like burnt.
Burnt oil, yes.
I have a feeling I know what caused this, but I don't feel like I have enough evidence to support that.
Yeah, Pietro is like, it's like, don't forget to smell like that.
Is that you? Do you recognize that smell? Like, the different types of...
You recognize this level.
Oh, I see. They still haven't quite recovered yet.
No, they haven't quite recovered yet. It's not like they have a civic engineering budget.
Yeah, it's like, to be fair, at the time I was scared out of my mind with using that weird stride thing.
Let's just keep going and hope we don't encounter any of the angry locals.
I think it might be, it's like, do you think it might be best for me to put on the disguise in case I'm recognized?
No.
As you're thinking that, you hear someone say, "Hey guys, Long time no see.
Bernie?
Exactly.
What the hell?
Hey!
What are you doing down here?
Well, just, enjoying the atmosphere, admiring the handiwork, It's, this place is, something of a mecca for me,
Hmm.
And, I've been trying to recover a little bit, get my head screwed on right, blow less stuff up, but I still like the smell, so...
Good, though.
Sorry?
It's good that you're calming down a bit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Gotta grow up so at some point,
Hmm. You
can't-
seen any of the rest of the resistance?
Not really, but they don't really come down here much. Especially since I can't help them with the fireworks anymore. It's bad for my health.
Why?
You know what it's like.
Yeah, I can understand.
Not quite, but I can guess it's not. The chemicals are not right for organic.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But anyway, what brings you down here?
We're trying to look for. Actually, I don't even know exactly.
Kruthiks technology.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're trying to locate some Kruthik technology.
Alrighty.
Some panel thing that.
Something similar to that.
A panel. A panel?
Like a panel with like a screen on it that can access things.
Don't know what you're talking about, man. What sort of things?
Information locked on something.
Think of a screen. Like she tries to describe it the best she can.
What's a screen to someone who's never seen an electronic device in their life ever?
Pro would use prestidigitation to give kind of visual aids to
I ain't seen anything like that. What do you need it for? You said it accesses something. What does it access?
It's a weapon to help the resistance.
Cool. I know a guy who sells weapons. If you're interested. If that's what you're looking for.
We might actually want to check that out after this. Perhaps.
Yeah.
We'll keep that in the back of our head.
Good idea.
Well, just remember, I know people down here. If you're looking for something, I can maybe help you find more.
I think there's a lot of stuff
Find some.
roads and that sort of thing, so it may be stressed out because of that.
Will do.
I'm not useless.
No, Bernie, you've helped us out a ton in the past.
I'm not just a firebug,
Yeah, and it's good to see you're expanding your options. I think Pietro is, think that's right.
Yeah. That's the right word. Phrasing. Thanks, man. Mind if I tang along a bit? I want to see this control panel thing.
Sure, why not? It's a bit dangerous down here anyway, and we're safer in numbers.
Yeah.
I know that the others trust him, but Robin would not. So, perception check.
Perception?
Insight.
Oh, insight. Alright.
It's easy to mix them up.
Something's a bit off about this guy. You can tell that already. Now, it could be just because he's a recovering pyromaniac, but...
Maybe he is really just trying to improve and change himself
18.
to be better.
Do you remember the last time you saw Bernie?
As far as I remember, they're around the hole.
Yeah, wasn't it at that, the fire at the police station? I think that's the last time we heard from him, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the last major thing we heard.
Robin, with your 18,
Yes.
you notice something a little strange. His clothing is drippy.
Yeah, I'll say to the other guys, you'd be able to put drippy clothing tends to be slime.
Wait, are we talking drippy like water, or are we talking drippy like...
Ooze.
Yep.
This guy played us like a fiddle.
He's an this guy's an ooze. I know one when I see one.
He said
What?
This is telepathic.
Yeah.
I mean, there it. Yeah.
What do you... No, how?
Look at his
Bernie?
clothes.
Yeah, Pietro with a 19 and, passive perception.
I feel like I might have to roll for this, because my perception's a 12.
Okay. Roll it.
Wait, presumably you'll immediately notice the dripping, and it's like...
Yvette, even you notice that he's not really... He's not concentrating on his physical form as well as he should, and he's losing control of how his fabric is supposed to look.
Yeah, so Pietro's like, look, like through the telekinetic bond, it's like, so how do we want to do this?
Where are we heading, man?
Say, Bernie, just as they're going along, what have you been up to lately?
Well, like I
Besides
said,
the...
doing a lot of soul searching, try to distance myself from flames.
Oh, really? How? I'm curious.
Well, I had to throw out all of my pyro paraphernalia. Just go cold turkey,
That's not a good rehab method.
No, but I need to be... If I get any fire, I go crazy, man. I just blow up. So, I needed to get rid of it all at once,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
Pietro...
out of curiosity, why the sudden change, though?
I just felt it was time for a change. This is bad for me, It's like it's just made me crazy. Like I wasn't thinking straight. I wasn't in my right mind.
What was like the eye opener for you?
I just didn't feel right anymore. I think I got a bit. To be honest, I think I got a bit badly burned in that blue cloak fire. It sort of made me afraid of fire ever since.
Bernie, or I
Almost
can't even begin to describe the amount of times I've seen you get burned.
Nah, this was different, man. This was like really badly burned.
Would you almost describe it like?
Oh, is it like Oh, was it like that? Your worst burn?
Yeah. Yeah, just like that. But like 10 times worse. It was like I was bathed in the stuff. I couldn't get out of it.
Yeah, like that. I'm really drawing a blank there about where that was. You care to elaborate on that? Really drawing a blank.
You're acting sort of weird. What's up, man? Where are you going?
Oh, I'm just curious. That's all. I kept talking on and on about that one. I just really like to know. Now, for the sake of clarity, that's all.
Well, it was actually the worst burn I ever had wasn't actually a fire burn. It was an acid burn, man. You ever had an acid burn?
I have, and to say it was excruciating is putting it mildly.
So you know.
Thank God that I can regenerate.
Yeah, I gotta get me some of that regeneration. It's a cool trick. How did you figure that out? How did you get to regenerating?
Who are we talking to?
Oh,
Yvette.
Alright.
Well, truth be told, Bernie. Wait, did we wait, no, the real Bernie would have known about Yvette being a vampire, right?
Right.
I think at this moment, Pietro would almost do a demonstration being on a limb and basically make it look like it's dripping.
What did you do, Pietro? Sorry?
Like Pietro would almost demonstrate on one of the limbs, make it look like it's dripping.
On one of your own limbs?
My own limbs.
All right, so you're basically outing yourself as a news.
Well, I thought that's kind of the hint thing that Yvette's kind of getting to.
Well, truth be told, not that. Well, I'm a vampire, Bernie. I mean, haven't you known that?
Oh yeah, it just slipped my mind, man. You know,
Yeah, just like the drops of whatever is that slipping down your coat.
Oh, I spilled something. That's all that is. Don't worry about that. I'll wipe it off. And he passes his hand over the fabric and smooths it out and makes it, sure enough, it looks like fabric again after he's done that.
Would you describe your this element of fear of fire? Would it feel like you would ignite if you touched it?
It would just send me off, you know?
Oh, I'm sure it would.
Freak me out.
Almost feel like you're burning away.
Do you have anything like that? That just sends you? You just can't handle it anymore?
Yeah, you know, there's plenty of things that I could probably name off the top of my head that would really get me riled up and angry. For one, Dragon gets me pretty pissed off. Number 2 is when Pietro makes all of these stupid blunders and gets us into gods know what else. And imposters and traitors and thieves that have stolen away my friends and have murdered them behind our backs.
We got lots of thieves and murderers down here, and it's probably not the best place to be if you're funny about that sort of thing.
You are indeed right about that. I'm pretty sure you would know that the best. So, Bernie, she kind of says with
yes,
quotation marks.
So, Bernie, if that is your real name, yeah. Go on. So yeah, can I get you anything while you're down here? Can I hook you up? Just tell me what you're looking for, man, and I'll help you.
Why don't you tell me what happened to Bernie?
I told you, I went through a lot of soul searching. Had to figure out who I was after the accident.
Sure. Where is he?
I'm a changed man. You could say I've gotten a bit of an upgrade.
If I find out that if you are what I think you are, you're not going to be leaving here in one piece.
I think you need to learn to chill. You know, there's this great temple that I've been going to. Helped me a lot. It's the Church of the Machine.
Oh! I see now. Well, did you happen to get one of those metal suits like the rest of your?
No, that's I'm not to that level yet. I'm just doing like recon for them at the moment, you know? Just finding more people to bring into the fold. I think you guys would be a good fit.
I believe we're intimately aware of them.
Oh, you're already a member? That's great, man.
Yes.
That's great.
I would know all about that copy.
What do you mean, man?
And with this, Pietro moved part of the disguise. You think I haven't noticed you're basically dripping?
I told you, I just spilled something, man. I wasn't dripping. But yeah, I know who you are, Pietro. We all know who you are. You're the progenitor. The one that started it all. If it weren't for you, there wouldn't be a church. At least, not as it is now.
Oh, when did the church get you?
They saved me from the fire. Helped me heal. Got me and my body all right again. I was pretty badly burned. I wasn't lying about that.
I'm going through all of them.
They didn't repair you.
Sorry?
They didn't repair you.
Nah, I told you I got an upgrade. That's
You are wondering, you're literally nothing but oil now.
I can go places I couldn't go before. I can do things I couldn't do before. You know what that's like. Well, actually, you don't know what it was like before, but because you've never been anything else. But you know what freedom feels like, and now so do I.
So you're truly happy being like this?
Well, I'd rather be like this than dead. Or at least badly burned. Like, you should have seen it, man. Like, my face had melted. It was horrible.
Yeah, I've gone through all of them and not seen anything about it.
Well, I can show you, actually. I can... And he changes his face to show what it looked like.
Yeah. Ugh. Fair to say, it looked like you bit off way more than you could chew.
I
Sometimes
still don't.
fires are dangerous, man.
Still don't fully.
You don't trust me, do you?
All right. I don't. No,
still-
I don't even know if you're the real Bernie or not. And
I'm
I have a
still
feeling
Bernie.
I know.
Yeah, I've gone through all of
Go
them.
on.
I've gone through all
You have a
of
feeling you know.
And I have a feeling you're tailing us just to get to the bottom of whatever
in pins.
we're after. So I'm feeling a little bit generous today, Bernie. You can go.
I was
Out the
hoping we
door.
could hang out. You know, like old times.
See the business part.
I was honestly scared you bumped into Sludge.
Sludge. Nah, he bad news, man. He bad news.
Because at least one of my copies from the church could, or at least not hostile.
You know Sludge?
Ran into him like twice.
What do you think of him?
Falling into the wrong crowd, basically.
That's what I thought.
Bas-
So he's not right then.
Basically, it's a reflection if I continue to follow Ragnia.
Yeah, those Sludge guys. Yeah, they're messed up, man. Toby,
What should it be like an encounter?
calm down. Well, yeah. They do. There are some of those guys down here, though, so you best be careful.
Alright. Any kind of telltale signs that they tend to display?
Well, no, I mean they're well, they don't like looking humanoid. They prefer their natural form, I suppose. They think that they think that they are the higher life form. To look like people is insulting to them, you know? So they don't?
So basically keep an eye out for basically undisguised copies.
Yeah, they'll just look like oozes, man. They probably won't look like people. It's a bit foolish, I think, because, you know, most people see sludge slamming around, they'll probably more likely to burn it on sight.
Yeah.
But, you know, we can't, you know, if they were smart, they'd be a much bigger threat.
Thankfully, Sludge was based off when I had little knowledge of how it worked.
Why? What did you say?
Oh. So he's a dumbass because you were a dumbass. I gotcha. Sorry.
Fair way of putting it.
Alright. Well,
He made me more dangerous with more demon parts, but still inherited my weaknesses.
demon?
Or is Arachnia a demon or a devil?
Yeah, you're right. But he doesn't know what you're talking about, so he's asking.
Basically, as far as I understand it, she's basically an ooze.
A demon ooze? Holy shit, man, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but she is really manipulative.
You still don't trust him, do you?
No.
Pietro has clearly learned the lesson that Arachnia can't be trusted.
Well, obviously. Arachnia definitely can't be trusted. But what about Bernie?
Do the 20 see if he's trusted, if he's trustworthy or not?
That's your insight check. No, he's still shady as fuck. I mean, he was always shady as fuck.
Well, if he's lying, I mean,
Yeah, there's something that he's definitely something else that he's keeping close to his chest. Definitely.
I don't like the way he talks about sludge.
Oh? You think he's being too...
I just feel suspicious.
You think it's suspicious that he's bad-mouthing sludge so much?
I don't know, it feels like... Because when sludge, trapped her, he used disguising.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like if sludge is quite prideful, because that's the vibe I get from it, it wouldn't stoop so low as to do that.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I imagine that'd be Robin's line of thinking as well.
Gotcha. So, sensing that he's not getting anywhere with you, that he's not getting information out of you.
Yeah, we're not showing him where we're keeping this.
He says something along the lines, well, better be going, I got more people to see, more things to do, you know how it is. But if you're ever wanting to hang out with more people like us, and he says this directly to Pietro, I know a place.
Yeah, Pietro, through the psychic links, he knows where sludge is.
Yeah, I get that vibe from him as well.
Oh, but where are you, bud?
What do you say?
All from the
We
temple,
see if we can't.
Church of the Machine.
We see if we can't wipe them out. End his madness once and for all.
I say we focus on the... I mean, I've got a conflict of interest here, so my opinion isn't the best.
You want to think about it? Because we've only got 7 minutes left. We can put a pin in it
Yeah.
here and you can discuss it in the future.
It'd probably be better.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I say it here.
I think make a pretty good cliffhanger, the debate of either finish the job or stick to the main job.
Yeah. Are
Yeah.
you going to take this side quest bait and see if he's going to lead you towards machine cultists or sludge?
Yeah.
I trust this new guy, this new Bernie. I liked the old one better. To be honest with you.
You preferred the pyromaniac, huh?
Yeah, I kind of did.
All right. Well,
Honestly, you had me going there with the whole
yeah.
angle of connected to the cult, connected to the whole like a machine cult thing.
He clever.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, we'll put a pin in it there. I hope you guys listening have enjoyed this as much as we enjoyed playing. We do have 2 slots open in this game, as well as other games available during the week. If you're interested, come find me in the Games and Geekery Discord server. You can just come join it to hang out too if you want. There's a link in the description below. And in the meantime, no matter what role you play,
Good game.
Have a good game.
have a good game.
Have a good game.